What is going on, everybody? It's the California Cougar here once again. And today I'm going to be going over my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2017. Now, as a lot of you know, 2016 was not the best year for film. In fact, it was probably one of the worst years, if not the worst. I've given out so many bad scores this year. It's just, you can't really even compare to it. But yes, let's hope 2017 is much better, and by the looks of all the movies coming out next year, it looks like it will be a very, very good year for film. A lot better than this year, that's for sure. So yes, without further ado, let's get into my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2017. Now, coming in at number 10 is a movie that I'm really looking forward to. But yeah, it's an addition to the monster movie universe. In 2014, we had Godzilla, which was surprisingly very good. And in 2017, we will be getting Kong, Skull Island. Now, when it comes to King Kong, I'm not really a huge fan of King Kong. I mean, I've seen some of the King Kong movies in the past. The only one I'm really fond of is the 2005 Peter Jackson version. I thought that was a very fun movie. A little bit long, but very fun. And Kong Skull Island, it looks like it'll be even better. I've seen a couple trailers for it. It looks a lot of fun. King Kong looks amazing. Looks like a great CGI character. And you got Samuel L. Jackson, and I think John Goodman is in it as well. And it looks to be very intense. So for those reasons, I think Kong Skull Island will be a very good addition to the Monster Cinematic Universe. So that is why Kong Skull Island is my number 10. Now, coming in at number 9 is a bit of a surprise because I'm not really the guy that would be too into fairy tales. Disney fairy tales, at least. But I've been impressed by Disney before, especially in recent years, and especially with their live-action remakes. And next year they'll have yet another one. This time it's a remake of Beauty and the Beast. Now, this one is directed by Bill Condon, I think, and it stars Emma Watson as Belle. Think about that. One of the most beautiful actresses working in Hollywood today is playing Belle. How can you get any better with that? Yeah, as you can tell, I have a little bit of a celebrity crush on Emma Watson. But yeah, that's way off topic. Let's get back to the movie. But yes, I've seen the trailer for this. It looks awesome. The music sounds amazing. And it looks like it brings the Disney magic to it. I loved The Jungle Book earlier this year. I thought Cinderella was a very good movie. And with Ewan McGregor and Ian McKellen in the cast as well, I think this will be another great addition to the Disney live-action remake movies that have been coming out quite a bit lately. So yes, that is why Beauty and the Beast is my number 9. Now, coming in at number 8 is a movie that I didn't even know was going to happen until right around when Civil War came out this year. And initially I wasn't too excited because I did not like the previous reboot series, but I think this one will be much better because when I saw this character in Civil War, I was blown away. And that, of course, is Spider-Man, and he'll be in his own standalone movie next year, SpiderMan Homecoming. So, yes, SpiderMan Homecoming. I have seen the trailer for this one as well. It looks to be a lot of fun. Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man we've had so far in a movie, I think. And he was funny, he was very energetic. You can tell he's very likable, and he has a lot of enthusiasm in him. And he's a huge fan of the Avengers, so there's that as well. And plus, based on the trailer, Tony Stark is in the movie as well. That alone has me excited because Iron Man is my favorite Avenger. So yes, I can't wait to see what Spider-Man does with his own movie. And Michael Keaton as the Vulture as well. That also has me very excited. So for those reasons, Spider-Man Homecoming, my number 8. Coming in at number 7 is another addition to the MCU. This one doesn't come out until later in the year, I don't think, but it stars another one of my favorite Avengers. This one being Thor in Thor Ragnarok. However you would pronounce that. But yes, Thor 3. I'm just going to call it Thor 3. So yes, Thor 3. I haven't seen any trailers for this one yet because I don't think there have been any trailers for it. But again, I love Thor, and from what I've heard, it's going to be a lot funnier than the previous two Thor films. And Chris Hemsworth, I think, is an amazing Thor. Even though the second movie wasn't very good, I think this one will redeem itself, pick the Thor franchise back up on its 2 feet, and make for a very fun, entertaining adventure. And for that reason, Thor Ragnarok, or Thor 3, is my number 7. Number 6 is yet another superhero film. But this one's not from the MCU. This one is from a different franchise. And I like to call this the anti-Deadpool, because you have Deadpool, which came out last year. Very fun movie. And it was really funny. It was so funny. Every time I think about it, I laugh. And this time, you have a more dramatic approach to a superhero movie in Logan. So yes, Logan. It looks to be more on the dramatic side. And I'm curious to see where they go with this. I'm curious to see how this will work out. I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and this is his last appearance as Wolverine. So I'm sure he'll want to go out with a bang, and it's another R-rated superhero movie, might I add. So I think that'll add to it. It looks to be very action-packed as well, based on the trailer. So for those reasons, Logan is my number 6. Coming in at number 5, it might be a surprise that this one was so high on the list, but I loved the first one. It was my number 6 movie of 2015. It was so much fun. It was one of the first 90-plus scores I've given in 2015. And I loved the main character. I loved how fun it was. Matthew Vaughn did a very good job directing the first one. And I don't think he's returning for the second one, but I'm looking forward to it anyway. It's Kingsman, The Golden Circle. So yes, Kingsman, The Golden Circle. Again, the first one was a ton of fun. I think the second one could be a lot of fun as well. I loved Taron Egerton in this movie. I loved Colin Firth in this movie. And even though Samuel L. Jackson won't be returning, he was great in the first movie. And I'm excited. I'm just excited to see where they go with this one. I'm hoping for the same amount of fun, action. The church scene in the first movie, I'm hoping they'll have a scene like that in the second one as well. But either way, this one's coming out during the summer. I think that's the perfect time for it. So for that reason, Kingsman: The Golden Circle is my number 5. Coming in at number 4. This movie is the only original movie on my list, I think. I think it's the only non-sequel. But yes, it's directed by one of my all-time favorite directors. And it's coming out during the summer, and it's a World War II movie, and the last World War II movie I saw was Hacksaw Ridge. That was awesome. So I'm hoping Dunkirk will be even better. And based on what I've seen so far, I think it very well could be. Even though it's coming out in the summer, I think it could be an Oscar contender for 2018. And it's directed by Christopher Nolan, for heaven's sake. Christopher Nolan is directing a World War II movie. Just think about that for a second. If this movie is not awesome, I will be very, very surprised, because Christopher Nolan, he did Inception, he did the Dark Knight trilogy, some of the best movies out there. And so I don't see how this doesn't add on to that. And it's a World War II movie. I loved the past few World War II movies. One of my favorite movies of all time is a World War II movie, Saving Private Ryan. Could this be the next Saving Private Ryan? I guess we'll find out. But yes, that is why Dunkirk is my number 4. Now, my number 3 is another superhero movie. Don't worry, it's the last one. But yes, I had a ton of fun with the first one back in 2014, and this one is going to kick off the summer of 2017. James Gunn is returning to direct Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Once again, I had a ton of fun with the first one, I think this one could just add on to that fun. And from what I saw in the second trailer especially, I laughed hard. Baby Groot, oh my gosh. Rocket, Chris Pratt's character, Star-Lord, Drax, and Gamora. What's not to look forward to in Guardians of the Galaxy 2? The first one was so much fun. I think the second one could add on to that. That's why Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is my number 3. And not to mention, it kicks off the summer. And last summer's kickoff was Civil War. So yeah, I don't think there's any reason to not be excited for it. Coming in at number 2 is another sequel. This time it's a sequel to my favorite movie of 2014. And I love the first one as well. This is the third one in the series. I think this could be an epic trilogy. War for the Planet of the Apes. Once again, I love the first one. The second one I loved even more. I think this one could be even better. I've seen one trailer for it. It looks amazing. And Andy Serkis is Caesar. War is coming. Sorry, that was a terrible impression. But yes, Andy Serkis is Caesar. Enough said. Matt Reeves, I think, is coming back to direct this one. He directed Dawn as well. And War for the Planet of the Apes is coming out in July, I think, this year. So yes, I'm looking forward to it during the summer. This looks like it'll be a great summer movie season. So yeah, that is why War for the Planet of the Apes is my number 2. I know I didn't talk about it too much. But yes, it's a sequel to Apes on Horses, which was my favorite film of 2014. So yeah, that's really all you need to know. And number 1, it's obvious. I mean, come on. 2015, we had another great addition to this saga. It's my favorite saga of all time. I'm wearing a shirt and a beanie for it. But yeah, in case you didn't already know it, Star Wars Episode 8. So yeah, it pretty much speaks for itself. It's Star Wars. As a huge Star Wars fan, a Star Wars movie is most definitely going to be near the top of my most anticipated movies of the year list. So yes. And as for honorable mentions, sorry, I didn't really finish explaining Star Wars Episode 8, but yeah, you have Rey, Finn, Poe, and Kylo Ren. Awesome characters. And from what I know, they're all coming back in Episode 8. So yes, there's really not much to not be excited about. And remember, Episode 7 was kind of based off A New Hope. Episode 8 could be based off The Empire Strikes Back, which many people see as the greatest Star Wars movie ever. I think New Hope is a little bit better personally, but Empire Strikes Back was still amazing. So yes, for those reasons, Star Wars Episode 8 is my number 1 most anticipated film of 2017. So that's pretty much it. In terms of honorable mentions, there aren't too many. You have Wonder Woman coming out next year. You also have John Wick Chapter 2, which didn't make the list. You have a couple of animated films. You got Pixar's Coco, which could be interesting. Let's see. I know there's more. I know I didn't really get into it all that much. Power Rangers. Maybe that could be something new and entertaining. I haven't really seen a Power Rangers movie in the past. So yeah, those are all the films I'm looking forward to in 2017. There's probably a lot more out there, but for now, those are my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2017. Make sure to leave your top 10 most anticipated movies in the comments section below. Let me know what I missed. And what do you think of my list? Did you like it? Do you not like it? Again, let me know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more movie reviews and top 10 lists in the future. That is it for this video. Once again, my name is the California Cougar. And always remember to stay California cool. Peace.